Hello and welcome to Dokapon Library, your one-stop shop for Dokapon Kingdom Connect still being relevant half a year after its release. On November 17th, the Switch version of Dokapon Kingdom Connect was updated from version 1.1.0 to 1.1.1. And along with this update comes a set of patch notes detailing the changes made in this new version. This update's main focus is about fixing various bugs that were already fixed in the Steam version. For context, when Dokapon Kingdom Connect was released on Steam, it included various bug fixes that were not present in the latest Switch version at the time. These bug fixes were most likely due to the Steam closed beta test that took place a few months before the Steam release. But now, this 1.1.1 Switch update aims to patch these bugs that were already fixed in the Steam release. Taking a look at the patch notes, it starts by saying there were various text fixes, which could mean anything, so I checked to see if various spelling errors were corrected. The tutorial dialogue for a town was finally changed from invert to invest, and the nameplate for the castle stewards was previously missing a space in their name, which is now present in the latest version. So, does that mean that all the grammatical errors have finally been corrected? Well, the word Yule in the Dark Arts tutorial screen is still accidentally capitalized instead of lowercase, so there's always next update. Next in the patch notes, it was possible for the game to randomly crash during the Thief Weekly event. This crash has now been fixed in the latest update to no longer occur. Some death animations did not properly play with the 1.5 and 2 times speed settings for CPUs. In the settings, there's an option to make the CPU turns move at a faster speed. A side effect of this setting, however, is that some animations don't play as intended. This bug fix specifically addresses how the death animations for the player would not play correctly. The Grim Reaper would show up half submerged in the ground, and the Dark Angels would simply not show up at all. These animations were fixed in the new update to play properly when at the faster CPU settings. The Mitch Digger event responses for no and failing the events were accidentally swapped. Both the voice lines and text boxes were swapped with each other in previous versions, but the update now makes them play in the proper locations. Although, it seems like the second dialogue pieces where it mentions Mitch either being sad or ashamed, depending on the previously mentioned criteria, are still accidentally swapped with each other. There was a small graphical artifact that could be seen when using an offensive magic. Looking at the 1.1.0 version, you can see some stray pixels misplaced on the left-hand side of the offensive magic UI texture. This has now been cleaned up to display properly in the 1.1.1 version. The Dark Arts bubble UI would not display properly after closing the Dark Arts menu. In 1.1.0, closing the Dark Arts menu would cause the Dark Arts text to improperly load too early for a few frames before being replaced by the Dark Arts bubble UI. Version 1.1.1 fixes this so that the Dark Arts text does not accidentally load in too early. A couple of odd multiplayer bugs were also fixed, such as one where you could steal control of another player's character if you were sleeping and went first in combat, or one where giving another player a cursed item while their inventory was full would cause the receiving player's control scheme to change to the other player's control scheme while discarding an item. And last on the patch notes, there was a fix where the wrong music was playing during the final placement sequence of the normal and battle royale modes. In previous versions, the ending sequence would simply play the regular overworld theme. Take a listen. In version 1.1.1, this was changed to play the song used during the final placements of Story Mode.
Great job, adventurers!
And that's everything. At least for the English patch notes. The Japanese Dokapon website has its own unique set of patch notes, most of which share the same information as the English patch notes, with a few exceptions. A couple of bug fixes related to Vanish were made, and the HP values in the Tiamat and Overlord Rico gallery pages were improperly cropping into the other values, so this update fixes those values and gives them proper spacing. And now that's everything. Ultimately, this update does a good job at giving more parity between the Switch and Steam versions of Dokapon Kingdom Connect. This update also coincides with the fact that various stores currently have this game on sale for $10 off, so if you want to experience all the bug fixes this update has to offer, now is as good a time as any. Thank you for joining me on this Dokapon bug fix update, and I'll see you later for some more Dokapon content.